What up, gamers? It's your boy King Threats. Listen. Look, like, subscribe, all that good shit. Whatever. Hit that new bullshit that they got. Was it hype up or something? Hype it up. Reason why I say hype it up is because there has been a epidemic of people not knowing what the fuck they talking about when it comes to what's happening with Microsoft and these spaces, right? These Walmarts and Targets and Best Buys and fucking Costco's and Sam's Club, and the list goes on, right? There's a miscommunication, there's a misunderstanding on what it is. Not a miscommunication, it's just that people aren't in business, so they don't know what's going on. When it comes to Sam Club and Costco, it's a totally different thing. That's what's going on with Walmart and Target. They are the same, but they are happening in different ways because they are both in two different situations, because they are both two different types of retail companies that sell in different ways. So before I break this down, I just need y'all to understand that this is the Christmas season. We are in the peak of the Christmas season. This is when people start buying stuff for Christmas. This is when people start getting stuff. This is when Grippa games come out. And the reason why Grippa games come out September, October, November is because of the Christmas season. People will mostly buy whatever they're going to buy in November, in October, and in September. In that section of it, this is the most crucial part of the gaming world, right? And different businesses have it in different ways in different seasons. Like, say right now in the beer and liquor business that I'm currently in. Beer, this is a low season for beer itself, but a very high season for spirits. Spirits being liquors like E&J, fucking Jack Daniels, whatever. That high, this is a high season for them, right? So every company has different seasons that, liquor and beer, they don't really depend on Christmas, but when it comes to things that are giftable, this is the peak season for giftable items. So when you don't see them stocking up right now, they should be fully stocked. Then you know that the Xbox is discontinued. I keep telling y'all, people not listening, keep saying, well, y'all gonna listen. Y'all just gonna ignore the facts. Anybody who know when they come here, they know they getting the facts. The truth, the real truth. And this is right here. This right here, what's happening right now is exactly in my wheelhouse on the business side of what I've been doing for over 10 years now. All right. So when it comes to Costco and Sam's Club, one thing that you need to look at, if you're going to look at it from a business perspective, somebody looking at it from a business perspective, that Sam's Club and Costco are direct competitors, right? But they don't have shelving like that. They don't do shelving contracts, at least not that I know of, like that. Okay, you can go to the floor manager and ask him for floor space, and you can go and say I'll decorate it and all that, but there's no contract there for them to have product on the shelf. Okay, so what happens with Costco and Sam's Club is the fact that they are competing companies and they're both pulling and clearancing. That is something that you really need to understand, because that's the big difference in between the Walmarts and shit and the Costco's. In Sam's Club, it was shown that they were clearancing out Xbox shit, and that's because there is no contract, so they get to clear it out. Like, clearance it out, meaning they're no longer bringing it, right? And the fact that both of them are no longer bringing it. Say, for example, if Costco were to pull it first, that'd be an advantage for Sam's Club if they had the product available, but the product clearly isn't available. And because the product clearly isn't available, it basically makes it to where it's discontinued, because one of these companies would pick it up just to have that advantage, that extra traffic of people that would go there. Oh, it's not at Costco, I'll get it at Sam's Club. These two companies, they have memberships. So it's not just product being sold, it's memberships being sold. Oh, you fucking don't got Xbox at Costco no more? Okay, I'm going to get me a new membership at Sam's Club because they sell it there. Like, there's just, as much as you think that doesn't, it does. It's That's what competition is. The fact that they are both pulling and they are competing, competing places. They both are completing platforms. You can say they're competing businesses directly, and they carry the same products directly. If during the Christmas season and video games as popular as they are, there's no way. Even people saying, "Oh, it's the cost." That shit don't matter because you're gonna pay that cost, not them, right? It's not a problem for them. Cost of these consoles aren't a problem for them because gamers are the ones that have to pay that extra cost, not them. I think y'all need to keep that on your mind. It's not like they're absorbing the extra cost and giving it to you for the old price. No, they're giving it to you for the new price. But they're on clearance now, so they're not even buying it at that cost that Microsoft got it anymore. They're clearancing it out and giving it to you for cheaper just to get it out of their back room. So the issue there isn't that Microsoft or they can't that they are cutting it, because if they were cutting it, one company would cut it and the other company would take advantage of that cut and say, hey, come shop over here. The fact that they're both cutting at the same exact time means that they can't get the product. So that's either one or two things. One, it's already discontinued and Microsoft doesn't have enough product to fill an order that the size that they would make, especially in the Christmas season. These companies would bring in pallets. This shit got cut in the beginning of the season, bro. So if they were going to do it, they would have gotten pallets and pallets and pallets of it because they are a company that sells a shitload of shit. So the fact that both of them didn't get it either means A, it's already discontinued and Microsoft could not fulfill these for these gigantic companies that are worldwide that buy pallets at a time, meaning that they're selling them in big fucking bulk orders. Either they couldn't fulfill that, or Microsoft didn't want to. Now, I can't say that Microsoft didn't want to, because even if they are discontinuing their product, they want to get rid of the product that they do have. My thing is, I believe that they've discontinued it, or they stopped manufacturing it at a level that would fulfill it, even though they know that they would need these orders to be fulfilled in this season, because it's also their high season for their console to sell. So it's scary to think that they already knew that this console was over. They already knew all the shit that's happening right now. They already knew. All right. So that's Costco. That's Sam's Club, right? No contracts, no paid for space. They're doing clearances, but both of them are both cutting the console, which means that Microsoft cannot fulfill their orders, or that Microsoft is not giving them the deal that they would normally get anymore. I believe that they're no longer being able to fulfill orders, to be honest. When it comes to Walmart and Target, that is a totally different thing. And that's why I pull these videos from YouTube and are showing you these sections. These sections are very important. I used to do this with Coca-Cola, right? These are contracted spaces. You know that they're contracted spaces by how divided they are, how colored they are. Red, green, and blue, we already know what those colors represent. So when people walk up, they know what section that they are in. You don't see this throughout a Walmart. You can go into other places in Walmart and not see these different spots. You see this Crash Bandicoot right here? That's paid for. Like, these shelves are paid for in full, okay? They are paid for, right? They're paid for through contract, through agreements. And you cannot remove these because they are paid for a set amount of time, right? But what can and will happen, and this is happening with Coca-Cola as well, with myself fucking up, is that if you don't bring in the product, they can put other product there. Even if you have a contracted space, we are not allowed to hurt their business, right? So Microsoft isn't allowed to hurt Walmart's business, but they have come to an agreement. But inside of that agreement, it will be like, if we can't get your product to put on our shelf, then we will put something else there on your shelf, just because we don't want empty space. Retail real estate is the business. That's what every fucking one. If you go to a Target, you go to a fucking grocery store, all of that shit, everything on that grocery shelf is paid for by different companies. They are negotiated and they are paid for. And when something gets discontinued, they get rid of it, right? They get rid of it, or and these deals in grocery stores and I can't say for Walmart's, but for sure grocery stores, they go like monthly. Like, it can change monthly. It's a new product that's coming out. a new fucking Coca-Cola product that's coming out, that space that's there is paid for space, and it has to go there. Like if something else is there, you can remove it and put your shit there because that is your paid space. But if you have nothing to put there, they can put something there to continue to have that real estate make them money. All right. So when you see this, when you see PlayStation shits filled up, when you see Nintendo sections filled up, but you don't see Xbox's shit filled up, this also goes into the point of Microsoft does not have the product to fulfill. All right. And I'm not saying that Walmart is going to buy in bulks of Xbox. They're fucking not. They'll probably buy a pallet of PlayStations and probably a layer of Xbox. A layer is usually like 8 or 9, right? A pallet would probably have 32. A layer would be like 8 or 9, something like that. So they would buy enough so they don't overbuy and have product just sitting in the fucking back because it's not selling. Xbox sells lower, Nintendo sells higher, so Nintendo will have more product in the back room, PlayStation to be second, Xbox to be third, if they have anything in the back room to begin with. At the very least, they have to, if the product's available, they have to at least have something there that covers their space. So a space that's made, that's built by Microsoft for Xboxes, they need to have at least one Xbox in there. At least. You got to have Xboxes for sale. That's why they have these deals come up. That's why this is important. Because now that you're seeing more and more space being available or being filled up by DVDs and or other fucking games from other companies, that means that Microsoft isn't fulfilling it once again. It's not, and they might have, Microsoft may have account managers. I believe there are account managers for this, to where these guys are going there and they will send product and be like, hey, you're empty here, I'm sending this. You're empty here, I'm sending this. You're empty here. It's not about asking them, hey, can I bring this in? This is already paid for space. I'm sending this, I'm sending this, I'm sending this, I'm sending this, I'm sending this. You know what I'm saying? Like this is already paid for space. The only thing that the store would be able to argue is how much of it, what volume of it are you going to bring in? All right. So with that out the way, with that explanation out the fucking way, right? Now you go and you see this shit and you see what's going on. It's happening in multiple stores. People are coming all over the internet like, yeah, mine too, mine too, mine too. This means like one account manager is only going to cover probably 6 Walmarts at the most. I can't even say fucking that, bro. Like probably 2. You know what I'm saying? 2 Walmarts, a Target. That's probably it, bro. So if it's all in different parts of the countries and this shit is happening, it is not an account manager thing. That account manager just doesn't have the product to send. And if they don't have the product to send, then that means that they've discontinued this product already. Microsoft, or they stopped manufacturing it. And if they stop manufacturing it, that means they have a whole, they may not have a whole lot in storage or in their warehouses or whatever to ship out to begin with. They might not even have that because there would always be, they want to get rid of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that all of this is happening at the same time means that Microsoft is not letting y'all know that they have discontinued this product. I'm fully in belief now that they've discontinued Xbox. They are no longer manufacturing Xboxes and they are just trying to clear it out, but not have negativity around it because they have this contract with Asus. And with Asus, when Asus comes along into this whole situation is that Asus may replace the space that they have left over. Because Microsoft may have paid for this space. We're already in the holiday season. They may have paid for this space through November. Maybe. And if they did, I promise you we're going to see Asus ROG Xboxes in Xbox's space to make it seem like it's an Xbox. That's what you're going to start seeing next. Most likely. That's a product that usually would go into the PC section, right? PC has its own section, and PC is an open platform. PC means personal computer. People keep thinking that's a console or in competition with console. It's really not. It's a personal computer where you customize it to what you want it to be. And these items will be in there. Asus ROG is a console. The Xbox Asus ROG is a console because it's not personal. It's not something that you can customize like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't take parts out, put parts in, and make it into a goddamn microwave. You can't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you this is what you may see. This is why you are seeing empty Xbox shelves. The reason why that, like I said, is concerning is because these are paid for spaces by Microsoft. Microsoft paid for these spaces, have contracts for these spaces to be there, and they are not utilizing their own space that they paid for themselves. And if they're not doing that, the only reason why you wouldn't is because you don't have the product left over. Even if you're discontinuing, you would have product left over to fucking get the fuck out of there. They are running out of product they had to have left over. They're running out of it, bro. So it's over, bro. Right? The Xbox as a console is over. But I believe the reason why they're not saying anything about it is because of the Asus ROG and the other OEMs that they are going to want to be in that space. And so you're going to see DVDs, you're going to see like third-party items, third-party controllers just sprinkled out all throughout it. In places like Walmart and Targets who would carry that in the first place, you will see that spread out until the Asus ROG comes, and then you'll see something different. One thing with the Costco thing is that Costco also took down their game cards as well and took them off of their website because they don't want any confusion about what's what. They don't care about any of that shit. They don't care about, there's not a place that people really go to buy like a multitude of gaming and go and shop. People go in there to get what the fuck they want. Parents go in there and buy gifts for kids, that type of deal. But parents ain't going in there to buy a goddamn PC that as much as they're going in to buy a console. So there might be a whole new section of Asus ROG. Microsoft may have sold the color, that lime green color, to Asus. They may have done that with the Asus ROG Ally with the X. It might come, the Xbox ROG, whatever, might come with that color too. I'm not sure. I haven't seen too much of it. I don't know how the box looks, but that may because green, red, and blue are the three main attractors in the sales world. That's why Pepsi's blue, Coke is green. I mean, Coke is red, and 7-Up is green. Like it's the eye-catching color. You know what I'm saying? You'll see those three colors throughout some shit, and it goes all the way down to fucking mascots, bro. All the way down to fucking Astrobot's blue aesthetic, but that's, you could say that's copying what a PlayStation is, right? So how about Mario and his red aesthetic? How about Sonic and his blue aesthetic? Like it's not about the console, it's just about what's attractive. And these big characters are more recognizable with these colors. It's just how the mind works. Superman, fucking red, you know what I mean? Like, just, it's there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like Spider-Man, red and blue, fucking yellow is one of them too, but it's like a minor one. You know what I mean? Like, it's more of a seasonal color, but still, those three colors are the main colors that people are attracted to, and that's why you see a lot of products using these colors, a lot of big products using these colors. So, at the end of the day, man, I just wanted to make sure that y'all understood and knew what the fuck was going on, because people not really understanding what's going on. They're saying that, Target took down Xbox, Walmart took Xbox off their shelves. What, to put them where? What, send them back to Xbox? It doesn't work that way. To put them where? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they didn't take them off their shelves they can't take them off their shelves. It's that Microsoft isn't giving them the product to put onto themselves. And the reason why you still see those Xbox branded shelves is because of contracted shit. Those shelves are real estate inside of a retail store. And Microsoft paid for that real estate. And people really needed to be on alert on that, because that can mean one or two things as well. Like, especially with the contracted spaces, they're most likely going to put Asus Xbox ROG Allies there, and whatever whatever other OEMs is going to be there. And it's either that or it's just that it's discontinued, and then they're just waiting for the contract to run out to change those spaces. Sony and Nintendo may be in negotiations as we speak right now to expand their spaces. I'm almost certain of it, that they're going to expand their spaces, and it's going to be a battle between PlayStation and Nintendo on who's going to take over the leftover real estate in these retail markets. So, yeah, it is what it is. This is why Costco and Sam's Club, they don't do this shit. They don't do the whole spacing shit. They don't do the whole shelving shit, because it's a lot to it. And Sam's Club would be damned if they have to have a fucking Xbox section up or at least at Costco will be damned if they have that Xbox section up, and it's up even though they don't have the product to bring it in, or they don't want to sell to them in bulk, and so they have to put something else there, but have to still keep the Xbox shelving up. Like fuck that, no, they don't want that kind of dedication, right? They don't need that extra money, so that's why that's all the way gone out of those stores, and that's why you see Xbox shelving but don't have Xboxes in them or have different products in them. So it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just to really ring it home in your heads, okay? Just Costco, Sam's Club, they are discontinued only because they ain't in contract, so they can discontinue whatever they have left over to sell it out. They will no longer be in these stores, right? They will no longer be in there. And it's most likely due to no product in the Christmas season. When it comes to Walmart and them, they are not getting product. But the only reason why you still see Xbox have a section is because that's paid for by Microsoft. And the fact that Microsoft has paid for it is very telling on what's really going on. Because Microsoft paid for this fucking space, and you have to have it there if it's available. But if it's not available and it's not there, it's not the store that's taking them down. It's the company that's not sending them the product to put in that paid space. And the only reason why you're seeing DVDs or PlayStations or whatever the fuck else in Microsoft's section is because in the contract, in any contract, we're not allowed to make a store lose money because you failed to fill their real estate. If you don't put shit in that real estate, they can put anything they want. They can put bags of chips there if they want to. Only reason why you're seeing fucking controllers or other PlayStations or DVDs is because those are electronic section shit. And that's people who are already in that section. And since they're already in that section, since you can't sell them a Microsoft, Xbox or whatever, you can sell them something that pertains to the electronic world or whatever. So that's what it is. That's how it is. And don't let these niggas tell you the fiction. And it's not that they're lying to you. I'm not saying anybody's lying. I'm just saying that they're not educated on how that works. And me being in business so long, this is why I've been able to call shit out, is because I already know what goes on in this world, in business world, and business language and all that shit. And from what I'm seeing right here, it's something that should never happen, especially in paid space. And since it's happening, it means that there's no product to put there. It's not that they don't want to buy it. It's that they don't have the product to bring out. And if they don't have the product to bring out, it's because Microsoft doesn't have the product. And if Microsoft don't have the product, that means they discontinued it. They just haven't announced it yet. And on God, it might be because of the Aces. That might have been Aces' thing as far as signing up to, being with Microsoft and selling this shit with Microsoft. It could have been Aces like, hey, like, if you want to put Xbox on this shit and we selling Xboxes, like, and you're selling like real Xboxes, you putting the fucking sticker on here, that's going to affect us. And they're like, nah, don't worry about it. We're going to discontinue it before it even come out. So all of this shit is happening right before the Aces comes out. You start seeing all this shit time up. The Aces Raw come out on the 14th. You know what I'm saying? The Aces Raw come out on the 14th. You know what else happens? I think on the fucking 14th or the 13th or the 10th or 11th. I forgot when. They come out like real soon this week. But what also was another thing that's happening that you probably need to think about, that I probably need to make a video on, but I'm just too bored to do it, especially when it comes to PC shit, is that it happens to coincide with the support of Windows 10 no longer will be supported, I think, on the 14th. And either you have to go to the Windows 11 to keep getting supported by Microsoft or not. But this is that cutoff time. So within that time, I believe Microsoft may announce that the Xbox console Series S and X will be discontinued. And if they don't announce it, they're fucking lying, bro. But you're not going to see these shelves get filled back up. It's King Threads Gamer. Like, subscribe. Don't like, subscribe. You know what time it is, nigga. Told y'all motherfuckers, don't let these niggas lie to y'all, niggas. We always come with the facts here, nigga. We always give y'all the perspective that's necessary for you to have a full thought on what's going on. The rest of them motherfuckers are just doing guesswork, bro. I mean, if you haven't been here for a long time and you don't know what the fuck I do, bro, I've been calling out everything that happened, when it happened, why it happened, and how it happened for years. It is what it is. Keep us gaming. I'm out.